So I got the Banshee Titan in a mullet configuration. So I got a 29er wheel and a 27.5, both my own wheels, to test on this. So the owner of the bike had it set up as a mullet configuration, so I figured I'd test it as a mullet first, and then we'll move to the full 29er. I've got it in the low position still at the back. So if you have a look at these modular dropouts here, these suckers just unbolt it and flip this tab in here, both sides, and it's high and low, and it feels quite good in the low position. The only problem is we've got 175 cranks on this bike, so I can't pedal literally anywhere on trail with it in the low position without being very, very careful to not clip a pedal and go OTB. So I'll probably put it back in the high configuration for today. I've only had a very short time on this bike so far because we've had a lot of hot days in the last week. So I've had the bike for just over a week, and yeah, got a good solid hit on it 2 days, and then pulled the pin because summer and just had some other, and Christmas and whatnot. So, but anyway, we've got a Rockshox Lyric Ultimate. I had to pull this apart straight away because it felt really just jackhammery and harsh. So I spoke in the initial video about using the Shockcraft oils. So they only used the Shockcraft oils, and they just made the fork really sticky. So Shockcraft in the hot pink oil in the damper, and Super Gliss in the lowers and the air side, and it just, yeah, it must have damaged the seals or something. So that feels 100% better. I've filled it back up with Maxima Plush 3-weight, and I used a Castrol Magnatech for the lowers, and it seems to work really, really well. That oil seems to work really well and doesn't damage the seals, so I'll stick with that for now. DT 511 on the front, DHF Max Grip. I've got a Max Grip on the back as well, double down. And this thing climbs very, very impressively. So I did a 16-16 on lap climb left, or 16-15 on lap climb left the other day, going up Waterfall Gully, which is the fastest I've done it for a while, and definitely a quick time. Doesn't feel heavy. We got DHX2 factory with plenty of room for tuning, which is good. High and low speed compression, high and low speed rebound. So we're going to deep dive into that and really find a good setup. I've got a 350 spring on it, and I reckon I'm back and forth between the 400's a bit much. The 350 is really, really good. It just feels really soft and supple. But once I fine tune this, I think we'll be on the money. So I'll dive deeper into spring rate later once I really know where I'm at. Frame, these things are strong as hell. They're strong as hell. It's alloy. It's the 7000 series, or 7005, I think, or 7050. So the same alloy that Pole use, and I think Nolly use as well. So it just makes for a really, really stiff, really solid feeling bike. And I love it. 452 chainstay, quite long, but seems to make for a really, really good cornering feeling. I'll touch more on the bunny hopping and the playfulness and whatever once I've got more time on it and more jibbing around. We've only got a 125 dropper, so I'm lifting it up to climb, like loosening that, lifting it up to climb, dropping it to descend. A little bit annoying because I've had to strap the cable to stop the cable rattle. So pull these tight, wrap a bit of tape around them both. Because they've just got a lot of cable rattle. There's nothing going on inside there, and the cables just bounce around. So, yeah, but that seems to have fixed it. But the only problem with that is I need to slide the cable in and out when I move the dropper up and down. So, Magura MT7 brakes. Not a big fan of these brakes, to be honest. So, if we watch this, right down on the front here. Is that the front brake that I've got on? It's not. That's the back brake. If we watch real closely on this disc, see the shift in the floating rotor? So to me, that is super annoying. Not that it really makes much of an effect on trail. I don't think it really is something you can really notice, but it's a little bit annoying, and I'm assuming they'd eventually become a little bit rattly. So not into that floating disc situation. The power's there. It's not incredible. It doesn't stand out power-wise. It's definitely not more powerful than my XTs. But I really like the lever. I really like how how it hooks around so much on this lever. It's just a big, thick feeling lever as well. Like it gives you plenty to hang on to. So it definitely doesn't feel like you're ever gonna slip off. Like, it's a really solid feeling. The ergon grips I'm not into. They're a little bit hard on the hands. I know they say they're designed to be softer and whatever, but they're not. They're a little hard on the hands compared to a normal set of grips, in my opinion. We've got an XX1 setup, EXO shifter, XX1 derailleur. The derailleur's clapped. There's no tension left on the clutch, but not the end of the world. So that's it. Pretty straightforward. We've got a bolt, saddle. It's killer. Tag bars. Bergtech stem. The Bergtech stem in the sun pretty much blinds you, but that's all good. Wolf tooth. Dropper lever, which I do like, but it's quite sharp on the point here. Quite sharp on the edge here. So, sometimes when you're riding, you can accidentally rub your thumb on your levers here, and this thing will just chop you open. So, careful on that. But, rig. So, definitely enjoying this thing, and looking forward to getting some time on it.